What's up? I'm out here today. I'm gonna make a tool rest for my belt grinder over here. You may remember from the previous video I had a piece of this steel here. It'll slide in that bottom socket right there, and that'll give me a place to put my tools. I need me to weld me a platform across here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to cut out a piece of this steel here that I got from the scrap yard. I've already cut two sides. I'm going to cut this side. I'm going to sand that paint off. I'm going to use this for the tool table, and it'll be welded to the top of this where you can do your work. So let me finish cutting this out with the grinder. I got to change the disc because I broke the blade, and I'll be back. Alright, I got the piece of steel cut out. I'm actually going to use the belt grinder to grind the edges, make it smoother, and it's going to get welded on top of that like that so that it can hold up the work we're working on. So let me take the belt grinder and grind the edges down and make the edges smooth, and I'll be back. Okay, I've got the edges cut and sanded nice and smooth all the way around. Now I'm going to use the flap disc, whatever you want to call it, zirconium disc, to grind the paint off so I can weld it to this. I'm going to grind that too. So let me do that. You don't want to see me do this tedious work. I'll be right back. Alright, I didn't grind the whole thing down. My flap disc is a bit dull. I don't know where my new one is, but I just ground off where I'm going to weld, and I grounded the surface of the plate. So now I'm going to put this into here. And now I'll be setting the table on it and clamping it down so I can make sure I get it in the right place and square it up. Get my clamp over here. Well, this one's going to be too small, but I got a bigger one right over here. And we're going to use this to clamp that on there like that. And we're going to weld it in place after we get it squared up. So I'll be right back. Okay, I took the belt off so I can make sure I had this square with the platen. So you can see it's flush against the platen. That makes it square, and I got it clamped down. I'm going to take this off, take it over to the welder, which is over there somewhere, and weld it together. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I got it welded on there. It's not exactly level. When I welded it, it warped the steel. If you could believe that. That's a 1/4 inch thick, and it warped when I welded it. But I could fix that by drilling and putting another bolt over here. It'll tighten it up and bring it back even like that. I'm not a precision tool maker of any kind. I do this for fun, so this is my hobby. If you're looking for professionalism, you might want to look at some of those other knife makers and stuff. But this is just slide right out. It's like the arm up here, and you can use this for many different things. You can, most people use it for making knives. I use it for cleaning up stuff and small parts and things like that. I could have went with a smaller one, but I just felt like I needed that power, and I needed the width of the belt. I still have to adjust the motor back here. The motor needs to come out a little bit because the crown doesn't match up with the crown here, so the belt wants to ride back and forth. But I'll worry about that another day. As you can see, this is where I cut the steel out. But I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed it, please tell your friends about me. And don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell. You'll have a great day.